Hi all, welcome back to another video. So in this video we will learn how you can set up a Flutter project in Android Studio. First thing that you need to do, you have to open your Android Studio and you have to go to File, then Settings, and here you have to go to the plugins and just type Flutter here, and you have to download the plugin first for the Flutter. Just click on Install, Accept, and Install. It's going to install the Flutter plus Dart. So because Flutter is a framework, Dart is a language, so it will require to download both the plugins. Now it is downloaded. Now we have to restart our IDE. Just click on restart, restart. Okay, so our Android Studio is restarted. Just click on the file, then new and new Flutter project. Just provide your so here what we need to do is we need to click on the Flutter, and first we need to configure our Flutter SDK. So to do that, you have to download your Flutter SDK first. To download that, you have to just type download Flutter SDK and just click on the first link. It will take you to over here. Now the next thing is install Flutter. Just select the platform where you want to install. In my case, I'll be selecting Windows because I'm using Windows laptop. Click on Windows. Now just click on the desktop. Now once you scroll down here, you'll be having an option to install the Flutter SDK. So you just have to download the Flutter SDK, this stable version. And if you want to install any previous Flutter SDK version, you can just click on the SDK archive and it will take you to there. I'll just show you Flutter SDK archive. So here all the versions which have been released by the Flutter will be available here, and you can download the SDK depending on your requirements. I've already downloaded the stable version and I've extracted the SDK. So after downloading, I've moved the Flutter SDK to my workspace, and over here you can see all the classes packages related to the SDK are available here. Once you have downloaded and extracted the Flutter SDK, now you have to configure the SDK path in Android Studio. To do that, just go to the main menu, then File and Settings, and here you can see you have the Flutter option under the languages and frameworks. Just click over there, just enter your Flutter version, and after entering it will pick the current version from the path, which is 3.19.4, which is the correct one. So that means it has correctly configured. Now just apply and just click on OK. After configuring the Flutter SDK, we have to configure the Dart SDK as well. So to do that same thing, we have to go to the file settings. Then we have the Dart option here, and you can see Flutter and Dart. So technically, when we configured our Flutter SDK, that time only like it automatically uh, picked the Dart SDK from our Flutter SDK. So you can see that the path of the Dart SDK is similar to the Flutter SDK, but it is at the Flutter bin cache Dart SDK. That means it is also configured. So now let's create our project. File new Flutter project, and here you have to select the Flutter from here, and the Flutter SDK path has to be configured. Now just click on next, and here you have to give your project name, Flutter example, let's say, and the description can be anything, but project type will be an application. Now the organization, you can provide anything, that will be your package name or the identifier for your application. Now the next thing you have to, for Android, you have to select the language like Java or Kotlin, and for the iOS also you have to specify which language you want to go for, Swift or Objective-C, and you have to define which platform you are making the application for. So for the Android, iOS, Linux, Mac OS, Web, Windows. So for just demo purpose, I'll just remove this. I'm just keeping Android, iOS, and Web. Now let's click on the create the valid dot package name, lowercase or underscore. So I'll just make it lowercase. Now let's just create slides and just close the pet project. Once you have created your project, you can see the packages inside on your Flutter. Example is like you have the Android. So inside the Android, you can see the packages which are very similar to your Android application, just like it is having the Gradle file, and inside the app, you'll be having another Gradle file, and inside the source, then main, then manifest file, everything is there. And if you're familiar with the iOS framework, and if you'll open the iOS, then you can see the workspace, code project, everything is there. So in the Flutter, the main package is your lib. So here you can see the main.dart is there. So main.dart is your main class, main file of your Flutter project. Okay, so here you can see like the stateful widget, stateless widgets, and everything is there. And you can see that main.art is here. Whenever you will run your application, it will be used to launch the application, and it will be like entry point of your application. And all the devices that is connected to your Android Studio will be displayed over here. Like so now the configuration is done. We have created a sample project, and we'll just see whether it is running properly or not. Okay, so I've connected my device. Now I'm just going to run my project, and let's see if we are getting any error or it will run without any error. And you can see without any errors our project has run. I'll just open my running devices, and you can see the main screen of your project is displayed over here. If I'm clicking on plus, the counts are getting increased. This is how you can configure or set up the Flutter in Android Studio, and you can start working with the Flutter project. So in this video, we have learned how to configure Flutter in Android Studio. So the first thing, we have to install the plugin Flutter and the Dart plugin, and after that we have to download the Flutter SDK. Then we have to provide the Flutter SDK and Dart SDK path under the settings, and after that you can directly create your Flutter project and you can start working on it. I hope this is very helpful for you. Thank you for watching. Please do like, share and subscribe, and stay tuned for the next video. Thank you.